You are going to be sent to reform school if you don't straighten up. That is a phrase from a bygone era. But hundreds of men are living tonight with nightmares from their time in Florida's juvenile justice system.
And tonight, the state is working to try and identify nearly 50 remains. The bodies were dug up at the site of a state-run reform school in the Florida Panhandle back in the 90s. For years, families told stories of abuse and death before the state finally investigated and proved it to be true.
Tonight, men from a second Florida reform school, one in our area, are telling a similar story to CBS 12's Al Peffley. He joins us live tonight. Al?
Listen, John, these stories of abuse have been buried for nearly 50 years. Now the men want the truth finally exposed.
I'd never experienced anything like that. It was devastating.
The fresh faces are from photographs from a long time ago. A group of boys with at least two things in common. They had all been in trouble, and all were doing time here at the Florida School for Boys at Okeechobee.
If that went on today, they would be behind bars.
Pastor Johnny Marks was one of those boys. Pastor Marks and some of the other troubled teens are now speaking about what they say happened more than 50 years ago.
To me, it felt like someone had a blowtorch, and they were just holding it to my bottom.
Pastor Marks and three other men spoke to us about what they say were brutal beatings. The pain they described was incredible. One time, Mark says he was hit more than 80 times with a 4-inch leather strap.
My entire bottom was swollen until it was black.
The boys were sent to the state-run reform school for bad behavior, some for skipping school or running away, others for crime from shoplifting to stealing a car, all of them with similar stories of pain.
They would handcuff me and shackle me to iron folding cot. I was beat with a wooden paddle.
Some of the boys they got beat till they did bleed.
They beat you so many times so hard that you just cease to breathe.
So why didn't these boys ever tell anyone about the beatings? One guy says he was so afraid of the guards, so terrified of them, he was afraid they would kill him if he spoke out.
I tried to tell people, look, they beat me, they tortured me, and they all said the same thing. No way would these fine gentlemen ever think of torturing a child.
After years of investigation in Marianna led to the discovery of bodies, a group of the so-called Okeechobee boys found the strength to speak out. They share a bond forged in pain. They took 50 years of haunting memories to the police. Today, the state has a private contractor running a youth correctional center on the site. The men we spoke with think there are secrets buried underneath the new facility.
I believe all my heart there's some boys that died there. I'm very sure that some of the boys are buried back there.
The statute of limitations has run out, so no one can be held responsible if the abuse is proven. But the truth is something these men think needs to be brought to light. Live, Al Peffley, CBS 12 News.